Hello, hello. Yes, can you guys hear me? Doing a test. 1 2 1 2. Sweet. So you guys can hear me on YouTube. Sub Dovin, sub Ben Tranter, Global Media, Stephen Quinn, sub Loser, Aaron Quillis. How you guys doing? You're beautiful. Give me 1 second. I'll be with you guys in a moment. First, okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'm a real boy. I'm an adult. Let's move this here to the side. All right. Trying to organize this thing. Pick me up on your way to great life. Maybe on the side of the 17. Well, I don't know if the airplane is gonna be flying that low, but we'll see. I mean, make sure just then. There you go. 17. Well, I don't know. Sup, Sopa? All right. So I'm live right now, both on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm just answering your questions. I know, like we haven't been active recently. We've been super busy with a lot of stuff between work. Sam is pretty much traveling. He's traveling the world. He's I think right now it's like in Sweden or somewhere Nordic. Um, yeah, Matt, it's not a full episode. It's an AMA. Ask me anything, and I'll be here for you guys to shoot your questions, shoot your load, whatever is it that whatever you guys like to do. Um, what's up, Craig Elmer? Welcome. Let's see, we have on YouTube. Mike Scher says all I hear is baby noises. Well, I mean, thank you. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Sub Building Dreams Garage. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Stephen Kwan, are you gonna be in Seattle? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, Sam is doing is F1, F2, F10. It's all doing all kinds of video stuff. He's right now he's like doing some crazy shooting. If you guys go check his stories on Drift Idiot on Instagram, you can get some previews. It's like I think he's filming Thor 5 or something like that. Um, but yeah, like I mean, Corey's also been super busy putting his car together because he just went to what's that event name? Something like Torque Fest or something like that, and he brought his car back, and now he's going to Grid Life next weekend. We're gonna be there, by the way. And also, and Corey is doing his Twitch. It's basically his main income at this moment. So it's his job, and he's being busy trying to make money with that. Um, Let me see 1 second. Let me see if I can share this to our Driftcast group. Yeah, I'm just gonna share it as me. One second, guys. I'll be with you. There you go. Ask me anything. Boom. Yeah, and I'm Matt Sopa on Facebook. Yeah, I mean 2F. Also, we're being pretty busy. We have to move. We moved to a new shop. Basically, we moved to our own shop. Um, it's big. David Lloyd, what is AMA? It means ask me anything. Sup, David Lloyd, DJ. For those who don't know, the mythical Drift Taru is in the house. Hi, Rebecca. We need more Driftcast merch. I agree. We need to get more Driftcast merch. But before having more Driftcast merch, we need more Driftcast episodes. And that is kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm basically here to shower everybody with excuses. And yeah, thanks, DJ. That's a great question. So yeah, excuses and like why we haven't been able to be live. After Adam LC's episode, a couple weeks later, we tried to have an episode with JTP, and he was too busy with other schedule things, and it made it a little complicated for him. And we tried it 3 times, and it just didn't work. Things just weren't like he was too busy, and our schedules just couldn't work. Like at this point, yeah, time to get an intern. Well, like our intern was Big Balls Brian. He was basically assisting us with the studio, but like mostly like at this right now more than like it's been like scheduling issues. And after these rounds, like I said, Sam's out of town, Corey's been out of town, I'm in Browntown, and but like we're trying to organize, trying to bring something new as well, something fresh. um yeah, Brian's too busy making Lincoln's work. Exactly. Let me see. Let me read some questions on YouTube. E36 or 240SX? I'm gonna say 240SX. That's subdubbing. I like E46 better than 240, but from E36, definitely go with S chassis. Chris Nelson, is Sam doing F1 stuff? Yeah, I think he's. It's not. I don't think it's F1, but yeah, go check out Sam's stories on Drift Idiot on Instagram. Has Adam LZ gone yet? Ben Tranter, yeah, he went. He got first place in last round, which first place in qualifying, which that was pretty cool to watch. Uh, Boss Masters, yeah, boy, sup, boss? Pat Gooding, we definitely want to get Pat Gooding back on the show. Maybe have him as a guest host. We miss good baby Pat. Mike Scherer says F for Sam. Everybody in chat, F for Sam. Stephen Kwan, Sam's a sellout. Now, he's been a sellout for a long time. He's been doing all these high end video productions, and it's good for him. He really needs like he needs to make good content for everybody. Was anyone else at FD New Jersey? None of us was there. Ignition Speedfest. Yeah, thank you, Building Dreams Garage. That's where Corey was. He took his sled to Ignition Speedfest. Frank, what's up, Frank? Benny San was about to ask if you all gonna go to Grid Life. So Grid Life, Corey is gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Sam's gonna be in Europe, so it's gonna be only Jerry and me are gonna be on shit talking duties, and Corey's gonna be on driving duties. So Grid Life is being stepping up their live stream game. So if you guys want to watch a lot of like fun drifting, narrated by yours truly and the professional velvety voice of Jared Deanda, please don't miss out. We're gonna be cross posting the live stream and everything on our Facebook and everything. So obviously, go follow Grid Life. If you guys can make it to an event this year, make it to a Grid Life event like this. These obviously this weekend's a little too short notice, but if you are going, and if you're not going, I mean, we have Lupe Fiasco, we have Suicide Boys, Flostradamus. We have a bunch of amazing artists. There's a lot of talent, and obviously the usual suspects: Chris Forsberg, Ryan Turk, Von Gidding, Matt Field, Odi Bakshis, Adam LZ, George Kiriakara Nate Hamilton is going to be there driving as well, Corey Hosford, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more talent, including Matt Sopa is going to be there driving the four-door Mustang, aka the Back to the Fusion V8 4 Fusion that he built. He has a tiny little seat in the back, so it's a 3-seater. It's like a McLaren. It's like an inverted McLaren. Engines in the front, 3 seats, 1 center seat in the back. So I think he can take very small people in there. I don't know if they are allowed to do ride-alongs, but if you see Matt Sopa, like bribe him with hot dogs or pizza or something, he'll probably give you a ride along. Rebecca says, pull a Donut Media and do a spin-off series. I mean, sure, we'll do a spin-off series or whatever. DJ, can make E36 LFCs? We want to. Like, we definitely, it's on the list. It's just that there's so many other things on the list. And like I said, so we 2F, we moved to a new shop. It's a larger shop, but we still don't have power. So right now it's more like a warehouse, and we're just packing orders and getting them delivered. But as soon as we get power in the building, we are going to start coming up with new product. We have a lot of new product coming up. So stay tuned. Let's see on YouTube. Can I AMA with you, Paco? Yes, Frank, you are AMAing with me right now. Brandon Clam, how much for Genesis Coupe LFC panels? I mean, if we have like 5, 6, 7 people interested, just basically like ready to buy, guarantee that we're gonna just like at least sell the first 5 or 6 sets. We'll definitely make some, but I think there's a lot of chassis we need to make first. Boss Master, Paco the Lone Wolf. Tonight I'm the Lone Wolf. That's correct. Building Dreams Garage. Have you found an FC yet? I have a couple locals offering FC shells for both Super Doof and LFCs especially. Like I said, as soon as we get power and as soon as we are back in business completely, we're gonna literally shift into second gear or third. I think at this point it's third gear already, and start bringing making new product. Mark Hossein, you'll need to get literal on the show. Yeah, no, I mean actually we were gonna have Ryan and Dan at the same time before the whole showdown, and we're definitely gonna have him on the show. As soon as we get back, I'll get back into that in a moment. Paul Velichkov, why are Sam and Corey doing right now? I mean, Sam's probably, it's probably gotta be like probably 6, 7 a.m. over there, so he's probably just waking up. And Corey is getting his car ready for Grid Life. He's refreshing transmission and differential, and just making sure that the car is reliable, so when he shows up, he can put in a good show. So today, tomorrow, and probably part of next week, he's just gonna make sure like everything is refreshed and there's no leaks, there's no nothing about a break. Let me go back real quick to Facebook. Yeah, Matt Sopa says usually a 5'9" and under can fit on that back seat. So yeah, if you go to Grid Life, check out Sopa's 4-door Mustang. Um, it's small person friendly on the rear seat. Rebecca, next up, Maximum Cook Cast. Oh, yeah. I mean, I would love to do like a series of like little cooking shows. Very simple. Frank Mirabelli. That's for Sopa. Frank. They're just talking themselves. David Lloyd, DJ. Any interesting in interviewing some overseas dudes? Stewie Bryan, Luke Fink, other non-Aussie guys. Euro Series guys. I know Goodest Cast is kind of doing this already. So at some point, actually, we had. I was talking to Stewie Bryan to bring him on the show, and like, that's probably like 3 years ago. It's just been a while. And Luke Fink at the same time, like we chat every now and then. Definitely want to bring him on the show. It's just that since we have been very short on the amount of shows, we're trying to focus, at least for now, on Formula Drift. If you remember, back in the day, we were having shows every single week. So we had a lot of opportunity to bring all kinds of drivers from everybody, from everywhere. And I will definitely love to talk to Luke and Stewie for sure. Luke expressed his interest in being on the show once, so we'll see if I can convince him. Let's see, back to YouTube. Jeff Carr, Paco's my hero. Jeff, you are my hero. Joe Beasley, what do you think about Odie and Vaughn battle in? I'm on Odie's side, so I really think there's a lot of things that like, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the video that Vaughn released where he went talking to Osbo, and then he expressed that before that, when he won to Odie, he expressed kind of like saying that Odie, like he was trying to play games. I think a lot of those opinions were just in the heat of the moment. I mean, as everybody knows, Vaughn is very passionate. He's having fun, but when it comes to competition, he is all about competition. He's all about winning. Um, so I'm pretty sure, like at that moment, he might have thought that like Odie is trying to play games. I don't think Odie is the kind of driver that plays games. I really think he did a small mistake on his pedal work, on his adjustment, and that made him slow down. Where we all know Vaughn is a heavy charger, so when you're in the leading position against Vaughn, you know that Vaughn is gonna come at you with everything. So I'm not an experienced driver, but I can say that if I was in the position when I'm leading leading a battle against Vaughn, I don't ever lift. I'm not ever lifting because I know Vaughn is just gonna come at me. Um, and I mean, and you've seen this with like Vaughn and Chelsea, like Vaughn and Chelsea right next to each other, and Vaughn is flipping Chelsea because he knows they're going at it. Like there's no, they don't pull any punches between them. So when it comes to competition, yeah, Vaughn is never gonna pull any punches. So I think Vaughn like definitely got the one rightfully against Odie. I really think the Vaughn and Osbo was a complete different thing, and even he addressed that at the end of his video. He apologized, but I think I think it was a valid inquiry because he thought the judges were saying that Osbo spun because he saw Vaughn spun, but that was not the case. Um, Jeff Carr, when are you getting a Drift Aztec? Well, my Aztec's actually it's been a while, but it's getting a supercharged engine. My buddy Kendall has been working on it slowly because he's got a lot of other more important things to take care of. But it's still gonna be all-wheel drive. It's not rear-wheel drive. But I'm pretty sure at some point in my life, like once I'm done with the Corvette and once I bring the van back, at some point I'll definitely make a full rear-wheel drive Aztec to slide around. Da-da-dam. Boss Master IS300 LFCs. We actually have an IS300 at the shop. It's just sitting with that we bought it specifically to make LFCs. Uh, we're probably gonna jump on that one as well. Dallas Holiday. I just figured out what AMA means. Yeah, please tell us what you think it means. Dwayne Blinkley makes Super Doof slash BN Sports Style S550 Mustang front bumper. So we're definitely making Super Doof for a lot of cars. We want to at least we're gonna start with LFCs for all the Mustangs, and want to do most of the cars that are being drifted. Now, as far as making it BN Sport style, like we're definitely gonna try to stay with a theme of Super Doof, which is more of a um, uh, having a brain fart. It's more of a D-Max style, and we definitely want to keep the Mustang cues on the kids. It's not gonna look like a 240 bumper on a Mustang, but we'll definitely want to make kits for Mustangs and more cars. Kelani, hi Kaylee. I bought Driftcast every week again. Kaylee, I would love to have Driftcast every week again. I just need my life to be back in order, and together with Corey and Sam's life. Oh, Corey Hosford just joined. Hey Corey, how you doing? How's the car going? I was telling people that you were working on your car, trying to get it ready for Grid Life this weekend, and I'm here making excuses to the fans. Uh, Let me see back on Facebook real quick. Da-da-da-da. James Markham, why no Formula Derp memes? I mean, if it's a question for me, or like, I mean, I'm okay with some memes. We try not to put a lot of memes on our discussion board though, because unfortunately, like certain memes, like a lot of people take them very seriously. They get offended. They get very heated up. And the idea of the discussion board is to actually have discussion and arguments about real constructive issues and stuff like that. So we try not to put a lot of memes. Now, when it comes to derp, I'm okay with a nice memes that he puts out, but I'm not okay when he gets abrasive. He's been pretty mellow recently. I like that better. Joe makes drift. Thanks for the super chat. He says, "Why don't more people hate Corey? Dude just seems like an entitled, goofy clown." I mean, entitled, goofy clowns are very likable. That's one of the things I like about my good buddy Corey. Frank says he hates Corey. Well, we hate you too, Frank. You know that. um, let's see who else. Bo, Bo Bridges, RX-7 FC. Yes, you know it. I've been promising. So that's my most promised kit. I've been promising FC RX-7 do for a long, long, long time, and I feel so bad for all my buddies who have RX-7s, because I mean, like my all the scoundrels. Like, I've been promising them for like 3 years, maybe more, and I just haven't been able to. But it's definitely one of the kids that we want to bring out, both kit and LFC, as soon as possible. Corey, give us an update. How's your car coming? She fresh? John Landy, Mr. Santo, AMA Quando. Well, Diego should be back on FD next year. He was supposed to come back to FD this year, but there's still some regulations going on with related to COVID. So obviously that doesn't help. That if you come to the States, you kind of have to stay on the States. You can't be traveling back and forth, and obviously for Daigo that makes it very complicated. But I think next year regulations should be more relaxed. We should be able to have Daigo back. Not a young Hola. Tell a hi to Brian. Oh, there you go. Speaking of Brian, what's up, Brian? What's up, buddy? DJ Lloyd on the Formula Derp topic. Comment about the John Jameson rumors. I don't know. I mean, that's more than a rumor. That's something that you can just ask John Jameson. Also, I mean, I don't know anything about his association with Formula Derp. I know Formula Derp's a lot of people. That's all I can say. It's a lot of people. It's not one person, but I mean, you can ask Jimison. He's out there. Um, Bo just got an S550 too. Yeah, dude, very nice car. It looks cool, man. I just really wonder if they had it on a color for men. It's a little inside joke. Uh, John Landy, Daigo, Diego, same person. So that's the same. Corey, let's see. I'm still trying to figure out the super chat. See Joe, blah blah blah. Joe McTwist, how much do you need? Oh, that's Frank. How much you need to get the E36 moving? You know, we'll fund that. I mean, like that's. I need to have at least like five, 6 people, like kind of like ready to buy, because we've done that before, where like we have like a lot of interest for a kit and a lot of interest for a part, and then we make the kit, and then okay, it's there, and nobody buys it, and we just sit on it. Not too long ago, we were making some fenders for GS300, and everybody was super excited about it. And we put the little pre-sale, like click here to pre-sale, and everybody like, oh yeah, look, just give us the link, give them the link, and that's it. Nobody did it. So sometimes that happens, so. Smiling bastard, Joe, he'll fight you. 6'3", 250, I'll beat you up. Joe, watch out. Smiling bastard's coming at you. Let's see. Is Dallas Drift, is everybody getting their own AMA? I mean, at some point, I'm pretty sure like Sam can jump in and ask. You can ask him everything. He'll just spill all of the beans. Corey, I mean, he's always spilling beans, but yeah, like I'm pretty sure at some point we'll just like jump in here and like have you guys ask whatever you guys want. Let's see. DJ Lloyd, I'll buy. All right, well, sold. Let's see, Natalie Young, when's the ATM? I don't know what ATM means other than cashier dispenser. I don't know what I'm talking about. Adam Buchanan, 350Z rear kit. We're definitely making 350Z LFCs. It's coming. It's just again, like I said, as soon as we get power on our new shop, we're jumping on new projects. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, definitely, we want to bring Driftcast back to have weekly episodes at least every other week, and it's a matter of like organizing a lot of things. It takes a lot of work to get 3 guys together, then make sure my internet is not failing, because that's the other thing. Like it's the most ridiculous thing. I have like the highest tier internet before fiber optics, and because they don't offer fiber optics in this area. So, and for some reason, like the internet's perfectly fine sometimes, and sometimes it sucks like we had a couple times. So it's hard to predict when the internet is gonna fail. Like today's been perfectly fine. But yeah, we want to get back on it and like try to refresh things a little bit, make sure that we are there's not the same format all the time. Definitely want to have guests, but at the same time, I think between Sam, Corey, and I, we can bring enough insight and enough banter about the events and whatnot. So I personally don't think it's necessary to have guests every single time. We had a few episodes where it's only the three of us, and it's been just as fine. Um, Bo Bridges, love watching your deck come out together. Enjoying it. Thanks, Bo. I mean, it's too hot right now. I definitely enjoyed it way before it was hot. Um, Definitely one of those COVID projects. Has 2F ever done any kind of showcase? Um, I mean, I guess like we had a booth at Formula Drift a couple times. Definitely. Um, Not like I don't know. Like I mean, maybe if you have an idea, just let me know. I'll be happy to entertain it. Corey's fighting with somebody on chat. Let's see. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Okay, so the other thing, I mean, as you some of you saw, I've been getting the Corvette done, and it's kind of like at a pause right now because my buddy Devin from GSK Fab did a lot of work on that car, and obviously the bill wasn't any small, but he did an amazing work, and I'm trying to kind of like recoup a little bit. There you go. You can see it's probably not gonna focus. There you go. Look at that beauty. I'll talk about me and driving, but yeah, he did a lot of awesome work, and I'm basically he had to go to he had to go to he had to go to Alaska. He goes every year, so when he comes back, he's he's gonna what's it called? He's gonna finish the fabrication. What is just like in the front, uh, piping. What's it called? All the turbo piping, header, blah blah blah. You know. Um, Anyways, let's see. So yeah, like I mean, as soon as I can get Devin to come back and finish the work, then car will go to paint and should be driving pretty soon. Let's look on Facebook. Now you got a shop. Might be cool for people to see actual product. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like we're gonna try to have like we actually did have a display for product because we do our first Friday meets at the shop. Um, what's it called? Definitely not a bad idea to just like get the get that what's it called, the showcase back. I think it's lame. Blah blah blah. What's the DJ? Oh, there you go, DJ Lloyd. What are your thoughts on people charging for ride-alongs at grassroots drift events? So that is a great question, DJ. I mean, I think everybody's free to do whatever they want, right? I mean, I don't like it as in like I wouldn't do it myself, but I have no problem if anybody wants to charge, to give ride-alongs, especially like the high-power guys, high-power drivers that burn through tires, like uh, burn through tires like crazy. It kind of like makes sense to at least like charge a little bit to like help pay for tires. Like if you think about it, like some guys are like going through like a set of tires in just 4 or 5 laps. So yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense to me to if somebody wants, and at the end of the day, like I think nobody's obligated to give anybody a ride along. So if anybody's like, well, I'll give you a ride along, but like just like pitch in, like 25 bucks for a few laps, I think that should be just fine. Yeah, like a tip, like I that I kind of I feel like it's like one of those unspoken things, that a lot of people don't talk about because like hey, should I offer him some money at all? I don't want to offend them by offering money, but like I think it's okay. Like if anybody wants to charge to give ride-alongs, like by any means, I have no problem. I wouldn't do it, but also I don't feel like I'm a driver that's good enough to charge for a ride along. So like who am I to even like consider that? But um, let's see. We have here Sean Smith. What's up, buddy? Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Um, they are going. They keep talking about the donations and Wade Wilson. Hi, first time caller, long time hot dogger. When 2J vet. Thanks for asking, Wade. And yeah, man, like obviously like the whole project got on a bigger halt than I expected because of COVID, and I think like a lot of people got screwed up by that. But fabrication is almost done. It's just like a few little things on the front, and like I said, like intercooler, exhaust, and that'll be it. As soon as that is over, it's just wiring and powder coating and getting ready to drive. Who's watching with you, Sean? Tell us. Let's see. Let's go back to YouTube. Unlock Daily. What's up, homie? I don't know if it's to me or somebody else, but what's up, Unlock? Ben Tranter. Yeah, everybody's cheering on Corey. Joe is trying to like talk smack on the chat, but you can't talk smack when like when everybody knows Corey's been working pretty hard for his shit. He's an entertainer and people likes watching him do his thing. Da 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 da. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for clarifying. All right. So, well, I guess Corey's taking care of the chat on YouTube. So, if anybody got some questions about the show, shoot them over. Let's look back on Facebook. I'm just entertaining. I'm entertaining watching you guys chatting. Sean, when is your car gonna be ready? Is that V8 in the Celica or what? Oh man, let's see. How long have we been live? 40 minutes. Let's see. Low 97 SS. How do you pronounce bride? Oh, the seed. Burrito. That's how you pronounce it. Burrito. At least that's how they pronounce it on the commercial. Brian asking anything live from you guys at Great Life Alpine Horizon. Yeah, we're gonna be live on the Great Life live stream. We're gonna be doing the commentary as usually for the drifting portion. And I'm gonna try to do some interviews with drivers and stuff in the middle, in the off times. But we're gonna be definitely gonna post. We're gonna post. We're gonna post. What's it called? Whenever we go live, we're definitely gonna share it here. DJ, what happened to the Hoon event? Where is it? It's in my backyard. It's it was a victim of that 18 fab fiasco because they were gonna start like doing like phase two of the modification, and they suddenly, like the whole thing went to shit, and the van was just taken apart in pieces. So after that, it went to Murica Motorsports, and right as Keith was ready to start working on it, he had to move out of state. So the van just had to come back home, and it's been sitting then. Definitely want to bring it back. I have a lot of plans for it, but trying to finish the Corvette first. Sean, will there be a Desert Mayhem this year? I know Chris and Josh are still working on it. They're definitely working, trying to make it happen, but there's still nothing guaranteed. I believe it's mostly scheduling issues with racetrack. Building Dreams Garage says burrito. Thank you. I love burritos too. Unlock Daily. Talk about the New Zealand drift scene. I personally, I love like watching like videos and like watching some of the competition. I don't have enough time to watch every single competition. I know there's a lot of talent everywhere else, but definitely like we would like to talk more about it if we have more knowledge of it. Definitely gonna, we always like try to learn and like at least talk to like the bigger names and the important guys on the scene. Definitely wanna have Mad Mike back on the show. Looks like his kid looks like he's doing pretty good. He has his little Miata now, and it looks like he's just as wild as his dad. So we'd love to have them both on the show. Ben Tranter, thanks for the super chat, much appreciated. Paco, my brother and our friends and I want to drive to Alaska in something cool, and my brother insists on an Aztec. But we all know that would be awful. Dude, there's nothing awful about it. Like, Aztecs are actually super reliable. They're comfortable. Like, they ride like a car. If you get one with all-wheel drive, I mean, you can also kind of like do a little bit of like, like more safe snow driving. So I would 100% recommend it. Definitely. Here's the thing: you don't see a lot of Aztecs for sale, and that is because people who owns them, they want to keep them. They're not. There's something special about them. There's a weird box that looks awful, but they it's like today, like awful weird cars are the shit. So now like the Aztec's king now. Boss Master, would you guys do Drift Week? I personally would love to, but I'm already like not the best at like going on long road trips when I'm driving a nice car. So doing a full week of driving a drift car and then going to an event and drifting and then going to being in the same car driving somewhere else, I don't think I could do it. Like I mad respect to the people who do Drift Week, because holy shit, bunch of troopers. I might be a passenger, but I don't know if my back could take it. But I personally think Drift Week is an amazing event. I think Aaron Lucy is doing a great job, and I really want to see that event to just blow out of proportions and be more and more amazing. Ben Tranter, you guys bring life into the scene. I hope you're not talking about us because we definitely don't. It's you guys. Mike Sure, I really miss the regular shows. Hope you guys start doing weekly shows every other week, like Paco said. I really want to. Like it's so hard to find the time to actually do it, but at least every other week, I'm looking forward to that. Unlock daily. Where's the Pontiac? You're talking about the Aztec? It's at my body shop. They're putting a supercharged V6 engine in it. It's not like it's gonna be a rocket or anything, but it's just gonna move better because it's definitely not a fast car. um, Mike, sure. Would you folks rather have 1.8 or a three-way that adds up to 10? If the three-way, what's your split? 7 and 3 is 2 5s. I I can't do math right now. You're probably taking the piss on me, but I don't know what that means. Um, let's see. Ben Tranter, let me buy yours. Nope, it's not for sale. Alex Pack. Where on the streets is the 2F Performance Pack is coming out? I've got Nick Novak's CoreWorks steering wheel model, and I would love to contribute. Oh, that's awesome, Alex. If you shoot me a message on 2F, I can get the file to my guide so you can like merge it together. That'll be pretty awesome. So yeah, message me on 2F on Instagram, and I'll make sure to give you credit for that as well. Unlock. Oh, actually, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a sneak preview. My buddy Mark Oliver Diamond in Canada has been doing amazing work for us for 2F, and let's give you like a little sneak preview if the camera. There you go. There's Ryan Literals, the Factory 83 livery. Let me show you some more. I have Nick Novak and I hate when they do that. So Nick Novak and Steve Misko's cars. So all that awesomeness coming to Assetto Corsa pretty soon. So yeah, can't wait to. We want to bring 3 more cars on the car pack. So for the Assetto Corsa guys, we have a bunch of cool cars coming. Let's see. Go back on Facebook real quick. Who will finish their cars and drift again first out of the following people? Sean Smith, DJ, Sean Smith, DJ, George Merstanovic, Joe Haven, or Paco? Well, I think Sean, DJ, George, and Joe will definitely finish first. I definitely want to see DJ's new Subaru. I don't know. Is George still doing his S13 or is he's doing? Is he trying to drift his FD RX-7? And what's Joe building? Is he just trying to refresh the S13? Sean Smith says Aztecs look like the pre-Tesla truck. Correct. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks. Raul, what's up, really? Long time to talk. If you need help setting up meets or whatever, we'd love to participate. Miss you, bro. Miss you too, man. How you been, man? Glad to see you joining the chat. I'll hit you up for sure. Come to our first Friday meet next time we do it. So next first Friday at the new 2F shop. Unlock daily. I live 45 minutes away from 3 of New Zealand's other important New Zealand's drifters. Mad Mike is a 2-hour drive. Dude, go hang out and have a lot of awesome New Zealand drift time. Mike Scherer, the Aztec was ahead of its time. It was. I mean, the sign was. It was definitely not the right time for such a weird uh, body and proportions kind of vehicle. And definitely, like as far as like, I mean, you see like today, everybody's doing the van life thing and they want vehicles that are multi-capable of things. And the Aztec was all of that. It's just people didn't understood that it was okay to do all those things. Let's see. Low 97 says, I'll be sure to disable engine damage when I drive Little's car in the game. Yeah, dude. Poor Ryan, man. Like, I know he's been working so hard on that car. That engine, that billet RB engine that he's putting on that car, it's no joke. Like literally the all the little issues he had with it, but it's just being assembly user error. Like that engine is it's gonna be a pretty unstoppable engine. Um, and I believe Brian has he has the right chops for competition. He's definitely a passionate driver. He loves partying. He likes competition, and I think once that car is running good, is gonna be one of those drivers to definitely keep an eye on. I really think he hasn't been able to really shine in FD, um, mostly because his style of driving, his style of power delivery and all that, it wasn't what he what he wanted, what he liked. But I really think he's gonna do. I think it's gonna do pretty good once that car is on. He's gonna be at Grid Life. He told me he's gonna be at Grid Life, ready to rock. So we'll see. Alex Pack, I mean, he's driving with Novak and Aceto. Hopefully he'll be on a lot with a new car. I mean, Novak is killing it on Formula Drift, so he's probably, if he's an Aceto, he's probably gonna be like trying to polish his skills. He's definitely doing great, and I can tell, like that he's driving on a Aceto definitely help. Dial Trimble on Facebook. When is 2F gonna be making some sweet E36 sedan kits? Well, we'll definitely make E36 coupe at least first. After that, I need to verify if bumpers are the same, because if that's the case, maybe just do a different side skirt, and maybe front and rear bumpers will work. Unlock daily. I want an import an Aztec to New Zealand. You guys didn't have Aztecs over there? That's I mean, I wouldn't say you're lucky, but at the same time not. But sure, why not, man? There's find a low miles one, and I'll be the coolest kid in whole New Zealand. RB28 DET Dream Motor in an R33 sedan for a drift taxi. I think that'll be pretty cool. Low 97 says, hope to see him shred in Seattle. Yeah, I think he's gonna be ready for Seattle. I hope nothing bad is gonna happen. He's gonna try to throw down and dial up the car, Grid Life, and that should have him ready to rock and roll at Seattle for sure. The Ultra, I think they're the same. Yeah, I don't know. Like I know, like with the E46, there might be some little difference between sedan and coupe. We haven't been able to test fit, because if it is just the side skirt, it's a lot easier for us just to make a side skirt for the sedan. But I know with a 36 sedan and coupe are like the fenders are the front fenders are different. The turn signals are different. So I imagine there's gonna be something that needs to be worked, but we'll see. Alex Pack, what's the price of LFC production? I want to do something, but just for personal use on my ICE 300. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna like tell you the secret sauce, but all the work we put on to prepare the car before the malls, plus the malls, it adds up. I mean, especially when they're trying to achieve the quality that we're looking for, the smooth surface, the make sure that the parts come out looking like a like a part that's basically ready for paint. That takes a lot of hours of work and sanding. And my partner with 2F, Chris, he's amazing at that. He's got the eye for the detail. I do the rough work. I just like sand and slap stuff together, and he's the one that keeps everything nice and straight. And um, all that work adds up. So depending obviously on what you want to do, and if you know how to do fiberglass, and if you know how to do molds, it can turn out pretty cheap. But like at least for us, like it's a process that can be between 3 and 5 grand just to get the molds done. Um, Omer, what's up, buddy? Hey, sorry I can't stay. Just want to say we miss you all. Can't wait for the next stream. Thanks, buddy. We miss you too as well. And don't worry. I'm just right now. I'm just like answering questions and make sure like let people know that we're still here. Wade Wilson, I need 2F in my life. I need it too. Trust me. Unlock daily. I dressed up in yellow overalls at a car show and walk around on a mannequin. What do you think of Instagram King Lord Bemrose? I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna check after the I'm done with this stream. Alex, I made really small parts, but nothing large. I gotta see your stuff in person a while back, and the quality is incredible. Thank you, appreciate it. Like really, like that is like we don't want to release garbage, Like we really try to take pride on made in America, like made by people who actually love cars. And like we just want to offer a quality product. We don't want to offer I know a $200 pair of fenders that are gonna feel like fit like crap. And we want our surface to be basically just like a quick little scuff and paint it. We don't want things to warp. We want everything to be nice and smooth. And we'll really try to keep it like that. So, but thank you, Boss Master. As much as I want to see Jeff Jones on the podium, I really want Fede up there. So Jeff Jones, I mean, I'm so upset that he was so close to make it to the podium. Call it luck, call it scales. It doesn't matter, Like at the end of the day, Jeff he's a warrior. Like he definitely improved so much in the last 3 4 years. It's amazing. You can see like he's scary. Like I'm pretty sure like a lot of the top dogs when they're like, oh shit, I gotta go against Jeff Jones. Like he can take the best. I think with Jeff is just a matter of time where he's gonna be on the podium. Like I think like Jeff Jones is just like a slight step behind Chelsea and Matt Field. He just needs to kind of like step it up a little bit more, and he'll be up there. And like last round, Matt Field and Chelsea both on top. I think it's funny. Just long ago, since Field was in his S14 and Chelsea was in the BMW, I saw them both as very similar drivers, very aggressive style, a lot of hunger, and I really love seeing them both on top, like like on the top of the scores on the points. It's gonna be tough. I really want to see championships and more podiums for them. By the way, I thought it was hilarious at last round where Field was in the third position podium and he jumped and celebrated like he was the one who won, like the meme. Which I mean, like kudos to Field. He's working super hard and he deserves it just as much. And he gets very very excited about the podium, and with any like well deserved. Um, let's see. Da-da-da-dum. Let's see. Fede. So Fede wasn't at Lake Erie because from my understanding, he's one of his I don't know if it's his manager, but George Graf from GMG Garage, he contracted COVID and he was in the hospital, and he's back at home. He's doing better. Hopefully, if you're watching, George, feel better. But a lot of the people from the crew and all that, obviously, because he got COVID, they all had to get tested, and they all have, like, I can imagine it was probably one of the issues, Fede, I guess, I don't know if he got COVID or not, but he wasn't feeling very good. I guess he's feeling better now as well. So it's just like the whole team. I bet it was like probably the smartest decision just to skip this one and make sure that everybody was fine. Um, Alex, since Jeff Jones has been doing simulator stuff, he's being insane. He's becoming so killer. Yeah, I mean, I really think that driving a Seto and driving on a good simulator definitely counts as seat time. It's not the same level of seat time, but definitely makes you react better, understand a lot of the physics better, especially when you have like a car that's been made properly, and on a server where the physics are on point. It definitely helps. DJ, what's your feel now on prospect rules? No sequential, rear mount, etc. Sort of, you already covered this. I'm all. We talked about it on another episode, but I would love to talk about it. I don't have no problem. So I have a lot of mixed feelings, and especially feelings based on comments from fans. I know like a lot of the grassroots drivers were all about grassroots, and like, oh, people are overbuilding their cars and they're just making them way too unachievable and way too expensive. FD is so expensive. And when they divided Pro and Pro 2, the idea of Pro 2 was to have the cars being more simple, more affordable, more basic. And people were just bringing monsters to Pro 2 as well, 800,000 horsepower cars. So I think like not having a sequential, like I know like the sequential in itself doesn't make the car faster, but I think like the cost of a sequential transmission, obviously talking about brand new prices, obviously somebody can just gift somebody a sequential and you can say, oh, I got it for free. But the cost of a sequential transmission, if you use that cost towards your program on ProSpec, like it's just more doable. You can just buy two regular transmissions, have one spare, and instead of like having quick changes, have like two or three different gear differentials just ready to go and ready to swap. Now I think they're still gonna allow quick changes. I think they're very expensive as well, but I believe it's a mod that is not necessarily required, because again, you have to modify the subframe, and then if you crash and you stop your subframe, you have to get another subframe ready for a quick change. Saying like rear mounted radiator, like I get it, like you don't want to, if you crash too hard and you like spill like everything on the front or what. But in reality, if you have the radiator on the back and you crash too hard as well, you can also damage the rear, the radiator. And at the end of the day, that's more of an FD problem if they have to do the cleanup, not necessarily a driver's problem. I personally, from like, especially like for example from Chris Soren, who put a rear radiator on his car, he says like next time he builds a car, he's just gonna put it on the front. Like it's been more of a headache for him to have it in the rear than actual benefit. I bet it did save something on that big crash at Mahon, which you remember it very good, DJ, because you were right in the middle of it. So maybe his car survived that crash better because the radiator was on the back. Yes, but in FD you don't do multiple car tandem, so I don't know. Like I think in FD for pro spec, I like the idea of bringing dialing cars down, like making them more grassroots. It's definitely um, definitely a good idea in my opinion. Um, like I know some drivers didn't like it because they already had their cars modified, but like maybe that people can just make the jump to pro. Because from my understanding, if you have the skills to be good at pro spec, you should be able to drive pro with the right car, in my opinion. At least in be start at the bottom of the bracket, and move your way up. Look at Taylor Hall has been on the bottom of the bracket for a few years, and is starting to moving up. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but I also like that since Pro Spec is trying to be pushed more as the same level of coverage and all that, there's no need to make the jump to Pro if you really want to get more, to have more presence, more media presence, more TV presence. Like, you've seen how the Pro Spec rounds have been, and top 32s. They're getting the autograph sessions together with the big boys. Um, they're all getting interviews with Lorette. Everybody's getting airtime. So I think Prospect is gonna be a success. It's not gonna be a step. It's just gonna run together from pro and pro spec, and it's just gonna be different styles of driving, different styles of builds. Like I know plenty of you guys are capable of competing at prospect level, and you could totally spend um, you could totally spend uh, your entire professional career as a prospect driver, and just be the king of prospect. You don't have to move to pro. You can stay in prospect. I think it'll be fun for sure. Thanks for the question, DJ. Um, Alex Pack, the pedal box and column stuff is weird. That's just how a lot of dudes fit in S chassis. I mean, yeah, but I think there's a lot of things that they're not written in stone. Like they can still be like hey, I'm too tall. I can only drive with pedal box, like, and make an exception, and then everybody in prospect like, hey, is that okay? Sure, okay. I think that can change. As far as a steering column, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like it's so easy. Like when a car already has its factory steering column, why you want to change it? Like um, I think unless you're like trying to go to the next level and try to save weight and all that, sure. But um, I personally think they should allow it. I mean, not trying to say that they should not allow it, but I don't. I at the same time, I don't see that very very necessary to replace it. Um, let's see. Sean V. If any of the FD drivers want to go broke by traveling to Canada, it's all up to them. But honestly, it's a waste of money. I don't know why. I guess like somebody's talking about. Do you want FD Canada Demolition Derby to come back? I like the FD Canada. I like that round in Canada as well. But I can see why um, the having to go through customs to go across the border just for one round is very complicated, especially when you have international drivers with international cars. It just sounds like a logistics nightmare. Um, Drift cars now, in terms of builds, are complicated to begin with. Drift cars back then were so much simpler. Yeah, and I think That's the whole point of Prospect. Make cars simple again. Just make it more affordable. Make it what everybody was talking about it. Like, oh, FD is too expensive. It's like, well, there you go. Now Prospect is not that expensive. It's only 4 rounds. It's not that much more expensive than running Pro Am, with usually 4 rounds. And the car doesn't have to be crazy. I mean, just like a good reliable car should be enough to make it on Prospect. Smiling bastard, just make a pickup truck window rear mount illegal. What about turbo car packaging with a radiator up front? I don't know. I mean, obviously there are a lot of these questions about what to do and what not will be better for Kevin Wells. Um, Trust S14. If you want to make Prospect cheaper, just make the tires smaller. Everything else scales with it. All right. I mean, sure. Global media. James Dean, Russian Drift league car looks and sounds amazing. I agree. That car is badass. Um, Alex Pack. I think part of it is dudes are jumping from pro am to pro spec too quickly. I 100% agree that a lot of drivers shouldn't be making the jump. If you earned your license, you should at least take, in my opinion, a year still driving, still drive pro am, um, but use that year to build a program that's gonna work better for FD. I think like a lot of drivers back in the day, it was tough for sure. Now with Prospect, it's definitely a lot easier. My buddy Javi Martinez, he got his license and he's doing Prospect and he's doing pretty good. But he's car, I mean, he blew up his new supercharged engine before he debuted on FD, but that could have happened at Pro Am as well. But I think the trick is having a reliable, simple build car and the right skills. Like it, prospect, it's battle knowledge. You have to like like a lot of the people doing clutch kickers could do prospect with the right car. And oh, there you go, DJ. Thoughts on clutch kickers and how popular the series has become. Thoughts on FD giving higher payouts, and thoughts on more popular comp drift series competing with FD. So, thoughts on clutch kickers. Awesome. I love that there's more events. Um, I think I personally the approach from clutch kickers as like a money price kind of thing. I think that brings a different mentality from drivers. So these are, it seems to be like the drivers are more um, they're more hungry for money, and they're more hungry for proving a point than they are hungry from being a professional driver. And that is perfectly fine. I mean, it's they're bringing something different that a lot of drivers that are not necessarily looking to be a pro driver want. They just, it's more like an outlaws kind of competition. Um, and I credit clutch kickers for making Taylor Hall a better driver, because since he started competing in clutch kickers, he's doing a lot better in FD. It's just more seat time, more competition time, and naturally that's gonna make you better. Um, Thoughts on FD giving higher payouts? So that's something that I definitely I thought about that. I actually had a big talk with Brian about that. Like, I personally think the payout on FD, it's not an issue, because if it was, all these drivers wouldn't be driving. Like, all these drivers that are on the top level on Formula Drift, they're getting their money from something else. They're getting their money from their sponsors, from like these deals with brands, like making it on TV, whatever. Do they want to makes a little bit more money? I'm pretty sure. Obviously, everybody would love to make more money on when you win, 100%. I just think that Formula Drift, obviously, it's a business, and as a business, they're meant to make money. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to make a living out of running events. But I definitely think that there has to be that money needs to come from a sponsor, like that price needs to come from multiple sources of money, funneling money through the series, so they can afford to do that. Um, I was looking at numbers for NASCAR, like how much money they make when they when they when they when they win. And I think the first place gets like 2 million or $2.5 million. Um, Not 100% sure. I think that's kind of what I was reading. But every team's actually, hold on. Let me Google that real quick because I think NASCAR first. Yeah. So yeah, the winner makes like 2 millions. But how much of that money goes back to the team? To the expenses of the team. Like running a NASCAR team, I bet it costs more than 2 millions per race per weekend. So they have higher payouts because they also have higher costs, and it's they the series being on TV. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars in deals and commercials. And I mean, you've seen like how much the Super Bowl commercials cost. I mean, just so you have an idea, like Super Bowl commercial cost in 2021, $5.5 million for a 30-second commercial. So imagine if like if Formula Drift could bring these kind of sponsors, they could give those kind of prices. Um, NASCAR, obviously, it's like a weekend event that has basically half the country watching, so they can afford that kind of price. Um, let's see, somebody Beersto say, I disagree with you here, Paco. If FD had higher payout, we would not be stalling. It's always the same people going on the top eight. The team that has the biggest budget, 100%, has higher chance of going to the finals. If the payout was good, you would not have to have a crew paid by Toyota to win. See, like the thing, I don't agree with that because you're starting with the point. Like it's like when you pitch your team, when you pitch your program, you're not supposed to pitch it as like, oh, we're gonna go there and we're gonna win and we're gonna get all this money and that money is what's gonna pay for the program. You're doing it backwards, and that's not how it works. The money that you get from a payout, it should be like literally like a payout is like an extra. It's like it's money you're not taking in account. That if you get it, it just helps run the program. If you don't have enough money to run the program and you're hoping to win to make the money to make money for the program, you shouldn't be running a program. Like you shouldn't be running professionally. That's definitely the wrong way of trying to afford your program. That's like the people who goes to Vegas, or like you goes to the casino with their whole paycheck, thinking like, well, I'm gonna get out of there, I'm gonna make 10 times my money, and that and they get there and they lose everything, and they blame it on the casino. That's not how it works. Does Joe Burgess, does NASCAR have half the country watching though? By half I meant like the actual half, like that side. No, just kidding. I'm just saying, like I'm pretty sure NASCAR lost a lot of viewership recently, but then they gained some more. Like we're living weird times. It's definitely everything has ups and downs, and everything is like adapt or die. Um, and I think Formula Drift is still going up. It's still looking to get there. You know, where it's more known everywhere. I mean, here's the thing: we have international drivers coming to Formula Drift for a reason. They're not coming for the payouts. They're coming because they know what they're getting out of it. There was no, you know, like um, obviously there's the factor of the glory, you know, like James Dean, you know, like he's literally touring the world and trying to win the entire world and be the best driver in the world, and that's good for him. And his team knows that what he's capable of, and they are they are uh, they are supporting him for a reason. You know, like uh, it's not affordable. This is the thing. You have zero way of making money with FD if you're a small team. Yeah, but I think again, Birsto, you're looking at it on the wrong way. You don't go to Formula Drift to make money from Formula Drift. You go to Formula Drift because you're already making money. That's the thing that a lot of people still don't understand. You're not supposed to go to Formula Drift with the dreams and hopes of becoming something. Like before you go to Formula Drift, you already have to be that. You already have to be professional, and that is like the difference. Like you can go to Clutch Kickers and drive. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can drive in jeans and a t-shirt. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, you can be more casual. You can be more you know grassroots and make money. If you want to be a professional driver, you have to show up already professional. And FD is the platform for you to show how professional you are. So I really think that's where like a lot of people still don't get like it, and it's fine, you know, like it's not like this is like some general knowledge. It's just it's a point of view that a lot of people don't get, and I've seen it in my I think it's 10 years now following Formula Drift. I've seen a lot of drivers like just showing up at Formula Drift thinking they're gonna become hot shit, and they're half prepared, they're the half-ass team, half-ass car, and they don't last one season, maybe two, and it's tough. It's not easy. But the thing is, like, there's no school of professional driving. There's no school that tells you when you become a professional driver, you have to do this, you have to do that. I mean, it's one of those things that you have to learn by getting to know people, talking to them, and I mean, look how Chelsea got to where he's at. Literally, he stormed into Vaughn's trailer and told them, "I'm gonna be your next driver, because if I'm not making, if I'm not, um, like I'm not gonna be able to make it next year if I'm not driving for you. But I know I have the skills and the motivation, and look at him, he's doing good. But Chelsea's already been doing FD for a long time. I mean, at that point, like he already knew what it takes. He already knew what Vaughn was doing and that he was going to need a new driver. And I think I'm rambling a little bit, but anyways, I definitely think a lot of this connection is like not understanding how professional sports work. Um, Especially, here's the other thing. Like, for example, when you think about like football, how one team member gets paid millions and millions, and the rest they're barely making $100,000 to $200,000. Because it's different. Like what are they bringing? And it's not the NFL paying them. It's the team who's paying them. So like uh, the teams should be already self-sustainable before like going on the professional series. Gerald, what's up, brother? How's it going, man? It's only me tonight, but it's just me just rambling and uh, asking questions. Dank and salty drift memes, sup? I got a question. The fuck ever happened with Fred Lump Lump? I don't know. I mean, Uh, hey, he was back. He's back in the U.S. and I don't know. I mean, I sold everything, and he probably got away from drifting. But I don't know. We'll see. I think he still has his Instagram. I'm pretty sure you can go and ask him. um, Gerald, can I add to what you just said? Yes, please go ahead. Uh, just write it down. I'll read it in a second. Let me go back to YouTube real quick. Um, then, why at events where there's high payouts, a lot of the grassroots guys come out and actually win versus pro? I don't understand your question, Bursto. If you want to rephrase that, I'll be happy to answer that. Uh, Alex back. Chelsea setup and kinematics wizard too. Yeah, Chelsea definitely knows what he's talking about. If you guys watch his series on YouTube when he explains things, Chelsea's a great source of knowledge, and he's blunt and straightforward, so he's not gonna sugarcoat it. But definitely, like even me with a Corvette, lots of things that he actually just commenting on my post, like, "Hey, do this." It's like, all right, well, I'm taking Chelsea's word for it, and I'm gonna do that. Um, Daniel Bowman, clutch kickers is cheap to run, a small track, high entry fees. If 64 people pay for $100 for a chance to win, take a. Yeah, I mean it's like the way clutch kickers is designed. It's designed to bring in the money to spread it. Like they're not designed to promote a driver. They do have a live stream, and that's very good. And I hope eventually they move into that. I hope clutch kickers are able to retain the grassroots aspect. Um, but I hope they grow. I really hope they grow to the point where you can become a professional clutch kickers driver. Who knows? Like I just think that clutch kickers might bump into certain things if they grow too much, and they're gonna eventually become too professional, and then they're gonna have to put certain regulations, and then the drivers are gonna be like, "Oh, it's too expensive to run clutch kickers," and then there's gonna be a new series coming up. But I wish clutch kickers the best. I really hope they manage it in a way that it stays grassroots and entertaining, but at the same time, I hope more people watches it for sure. Birsto, sorry, Paco, I'm French. Hey, I'm Mexican, so nothing to worry about. Nothing to be sorry about. There's nothing worth it for the small team. There is already a monopoly made by the bigger teams. Why smaller teams with less budget can win at least a round? Again, I'm sorry, but I don't agree. If there was nothing for the small teams, there wouldn't be small teams. I mean, like the fact that Federico is driving a small team all the way from Italy, you know, Jeff Jones, I think he's a small team and he's doing it. Um, Jonathan Cash, all these new drivers that just moved on to pro, they kind of have small teams and they're doing it because they know there's something there for them. Travis Reeder, like they know that if they show up as a small team, it's all about how you perform and how you present yourself. And if you do that, you can you can move up faster and then like end up in a large team, if you can say like Dylan. Dylan Hughes and Travis Reeder, they both moved up to pro at the same time, but they're both being very professional, very well presented, very good at driving, and that is what's there for them. And now look at Dylan. Now you can see his face at freaking AutoZones and in posters and stuff. And Travis Reeder was driving the first electric Camaro, and everybody was talking about him. There's definitely again, like the goal is not money. The goal is putting your name out there as a professional driver that can also land you other jobs. Look at Osbo, Gucci. All these other Toyota drivers, they are becoming Toyota drivers, and that's a new job for them. and now they're in commercials, and now they're getting paid to travel all over the world and whatnot, and that is what the professional driver life is: being professional, making it a living. It's not just being an FD. Um, but I'm explaining myself. Shamvi, where's Corey and Sam? Sam is in somewhere in Europe or Iceland or something beautiful, and Corey's still working on his car, trying to get it ready for Grid Life. By the way, Grid Life, guys, this weekend, Grid Life Alpine Horizon from Pikes Peak International. Don't miss it. It's gonna be fun. We have links where you can win tickets. Um, there's the Lupe Fiasco is gonna be one of the talents. Suicide Boys. Um, we have Flostradamus. Obviously, a lot of drift drivers. Yours truly is gonna be there with Jared Anda helping. Global media. Dylan went from hobby racing to running his own program in 1 year. Yeah, I mean, obviously, given Dylan had a lot of help on, I would say, like consulting help from Forsberg. He's been, they've been working together, and Forsberg's help him a lot. Let's see. So Gerald on Facebook. I cannot do as you say because you either about it or you ain't when it comes to drifting. Yeah, I mean, like Gerald's right. If you're about it, and it's not just drifting; it's everything related to professional driving. You have to be it, or you're not. And if you're not, I mean, just do something else. Thanks, Salty Drift memes. I'll promise I'll explain everything. I just need a minute. Last in line 4 years ago. Hey, man. I mean, I, last time I talked to him, I straight up told him this. We're talking about Fred Love. Last thing I told him is like, I'm just happy that you're okay. I'm just happy that you're fine, that you're back, and that you're fine, and everything else. I mean, I personally don't wanna have anything to do with it, and I don't blame anybody who doesn't want to have anything with that. One more thought, one more thing though. Yeah, shoot him, Gerald. And meanwhile, back to YouTube. Daniel Bowman, yeah, clutch kickers give you money, but it doesn't give you the exposure that FD does with tens of thousands of people and different sponsors watch the live stream. 100%. Now, clutch kickers has a live stream, and nobody's stopping anybody from watching it. I hope, like I said, I hope more people watches clutch kickers. It's fun, and it's a whole different thing. Like you learn a lot from watching different judging styles as well. And then one of the funny things, you see a lot of the people also complains about the judges from clutch kickers, because at the end of the day, nobody likes being judged, and there's no perfect way of judging. So, that's always going to happen. Paco, do you dream in Spanish or English? Sometimes in English, sometimes in Spanish. So yeah, it happens. Anyone knows what happened to the owner of Huddy Racing? What happened to Huddy? I don't know. He still owes us money. When he was running Alec Honadell's program, we gave him a kit, a couple kits for the car, and they never put he never put the logos on the car. He didn't even put the right bumper, the right side skirts, and so we just told them, like, well, what are you gonna do about it? And he's like, oh, we're gonna give you guys a video or like content, like showing installations. Like, okay, if you can do that, we're good. Never gave us anything, so we just sent him a bill for the parts, and he never paid us. So who knows? I heard other people got screwed up royally by Huddy. Let me see what else on YouTube. been live for 1.5 hours, guys. I'm gonna need to uh, wrap it up pretty soon. I'm pretty parched, and I'm usually drinking, and I'm usually the one not talking that much, so I'm fine. But now I'm talking a lot, and I need to hydrate. But shoot me a bunch of questions real quick. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. I'll be right back, and I'll try to get everybody's questions. Basically, especially the numbers. That's us. Not 5G. This is like high speed internet. Hey guys, I'm back. Gonna enjoy myself a mojito. Mm. Ah. Oh, thanks, Brian. Hopefully, I can have you soon. Um, Help me with the chatting. um, Dank and salty drift memes, Hottie Racing, another unsolved mysteries of drifting. We should do like a series of unsolved mysteries of drifting. Natalie Young, rapid fire, tacos or burritos, tacos, pepperoni or pineapple, pineapple, coffee or tea, tea. Thank you. Um, Sean V, who sued Hottie Racing because I wouldn't a heartbeat? I don't know. I mean, I've heard some people were like putting something together, but uh, we are we I mean, I like to get paid for those kids, but whatever. um, Beerstow, I guess he shut it all down and went to a new path of life, screwing different people. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from that. It's all gossip from this point. Um, Alex Pack, make your program succeed, whatever you're at, instead to stretch yourself to something bigger. Moving up doesn't help at all. I mean, I know like um, Alec Honadell and Nate Hamilton been doing clutch kickers. They've been liking it. I don't know if they're ever gonna come back to FD, but they're definitely liking. I mean, I know Nate had a couple podiums, and that's good money for him. Nate Hamilton's gonna be at Grid Life, so I'm probably gonna see him this weekend as well, and love to catch up with good old Nate. Pineapple on pizza, 100% pineapple on a pizza for delicious. Uh, hey, can you explain 2F performance and how you chose what kits to make? I have a Z3 drift car, and there's zero body kits for them. So 2F performance. So I'm a designer. Actually, graduated as an industrial designer with a specialized in automotive design, and obviously I always wanted to work for a car company, for a manufacturer, but it's one of the craziest, most competed jobs. You know, like you probably have to suck a lot of dicks to get that job. But I'm just kidding. But it's very hard. It's very hard to get into those. So I just decided wanted to design myself, and started with a bumper I made for the C5 Corvette. Because I really thought the C5 Corvette's bumper was pretty awful. It's way too busy, lots of little things here and there. I made a bumper that looks like a C6 bumper, but it still retains the smoothness and roundness of the C5. and it was a success. And after that, my buddy Chris Soren, he was already making some body kits for Forrest, which Forrest Wang was between Forrest and Garrett. They had this idea of using a D-Max body kit and modifying it and make it more aggressive. So they did all that, and Chris and I joined forces, and we started making kits for basically every S chassis based on the same premise, the same aggressiveness, but more exaggerated, more flair, more what Forrest called the doof. He's the one who called him the doof between he and Garrett, and make the car look like it's low without you having to rack up your suspension all the way down and making you keep geometry while the car still looks low. So as far as making a body kit for a BMW Z3, I mean, unless like the Z3 becomes a very popular chassis where everybody's drifting it and everybody's looking for kits, it might not happen. But if they eventually become a car that like a choice car for drifting and for not just drifting but like for stands and whatnot, like we might one day for sure. um Three Gooding, Alec, and Dylan. Bossmaster, I know what you meant with that, but uh, pepperoni jalapenos, yes. Ryan could be the next in line with Huddy. I know what you're talking about. Let's see. Fuller, didn't Turk had a run with Huddy also? Yep. Actually, Huddy built the Ferrari car, the FRS. That's what actually put his name out on the map. Um, he he built that car originally, and everybody's like, "Oh, Huddy Racing," and that from there is where like things got bigger for him, I guess, and he couldn't he was too much to chew, or however that saying goes. Serious about the behind the scenes drama would be juicy for sure. Um, Stay sideways. I just want to see literal at 100%, dude. Me too, man. I really think Ryan. I really think he has it in him. I really think he's capable of scaring some of the top dogs. He's extra confident. He's very confident in himself, and I think that's a good thing when it comes to being a professional driver. Stay foul. Moving up through any of these series is irrelevant to financial success. If you have something to offer sponsors, that's where your money comes from. Drifting is just the medium where it takes place. Thanks, Stay foul, and I agree. That's correct. Um, Birstow, would you like a round where there is an actual road course and not an oval? More turns, more technical, because I feel like the tracks are getting to be the same right now. Unfortunately, it's mostly being track availability. I mean, that Formula Drift has to work with what they have, and obviously, like the COVID threw a wrench at many organizations. Um, but yeah, I would love to see more like Suzuka, like a big track being used for drifting. Um, hopefully soon. Who knows? Um, Nick Novak Racing, the sign some beautiful kids. Hey Nick, how's it going? Nick Novak, he's killing it on Pro Spec, and he's been rocking our Super Doof E46 kit. The car looks amazing, running under Coro Works, and those guys at Coro are amazing as well. And thanks for tuning in, Nick. Really happy to be working with you, man. Have a lot of dank and salty drift memes. We got 3 different episodes of this series already. Yeah. Alex back. It's hard to justify maintaining molds and parts for just a couple of cells. Yeah, and not only that, it's just like the cost of the malts is way, 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 way high. Like especially like good quality malts that would last forever, and they still won't last forever. It's pretty high. Uh, Matt, hey, Matt Oldfelder says 8 equals D. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Miss you, buddy. Hope to see you soon, man. Uh, Sean V. Paco, did you watch the battle between Gideon and Odie? Yes, I did. I think the judges were right for giving it to Vaughn. Shits for brains. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? With electrification around the corner and looming legislation over performance and modification aftermarket, what do you see FD in 10 years? Still here, gone, evolved. So, my opinion with electric cars, everybody who's a gearhead, which I'm going to imagine all of us are gearheads and we love gas, we all should have electric cars. And let me tell you why. The more electric cars we have, the less demand will be for gasoline. So I believe gasoline prices should drop because there'll be less demand. And at the same time, since there's going to be a lot less pollution, it's going to be a lot easier for us to be able to run gas on our very few cars. Like instead of having 60 millions of gas cars driving everywhere, we can just have 1 million, and it'll be perfectly fine as far as like carbon footprint comes. um, I really think as far as motorsports, there I don't think gasoline is gonna go away. It's just gonna start kind of like blending, and I mean, Brian and I were talking about it. Like even Dodge announced, finally the electric muscle car is coming. So they're probably bringing an electric Challenger, and I love the idea. I want one because I drive a Fiat 500 electric, and I love the car. I just want something cool, and everything else that's electric, it's awful. And I'm not a fan of Teslas. They just look like a Hyundai. Um, People need to look for sponsors outside of drifting and motorsport. That's where it's at. You really need to introduce a product to new audiences. Can we dream of Formula Drift at Circuit of the Americas? I hope so. That'll be awesome. But yeah, I'm all for. I always said it. Like people need to get out and try to get sponsorship with Fleshlight and stamps.com and like whatever, like fucking Dollar Beard Club or whatever, like it doesn't have to be car related. Just people wants to put their name out there. So Natalie Young, looking forward for the Dodge Recharger. I see what you did there. Yep, I like it. Boss Master says, you want 1 million while drifting? Start with 2 millions. I mean, sure. Love you, Matt. Hope you're well as well, buddy. Good to see you around, man. Sean V. Adam LZ with a big flex posting his truck on YouTube for his FD debut. That would be a perfect example. I haven't seen that. I kind of like go on. I binge a bunch of LZ episodes and then I kind of like digest them. I like watching his FD related stuff, and I definitely nerd out on LC's compound because that's always been a dream of mine. Just having maybe not a compound that large, but definitely like having a property big enough where I can just have all my projects and all my cars there. So big kudos for Adam. He's doing right. Beerstow, FD in city streets would be cool. Could be amazing shots, but unfortunately will be hard as fuck. Dude, I agree. City circuits. I mean, that's kind of like what Long Beach is. It's just that the part where they do Long Beach is the parking lot part of the track, but it's also the area where there's more space for the pits and for the audience. But I mean, I think it'll be sick if they did FD on the rest of the track. I think on the next weekend after Formula Drift Long Beach, they usually have Super Drift, Motegi Super Drift, and I think at some point they do like a full lap exhibition around the whole track, and it's just part of the exhibition for the Indy race, and it's pretty awesome. What about the EPA? They want to shut us all down. Well, the EPA, like here's the thing: if you want something changed, you have to shoot higher, and then get shut down so you can kind of like reach what you really wanted. What the EPA is trying to do is kind of like just like steer up people by like telling you we're gonna take your race cars. So people are like, don't take my race car, take my daily driver. And it's like, okay, all right, we'll take your daily drivers, daily drive an electric car so you can keep your race cars. That's kind of how I see it, because I don't think they're gonna be able to like do all this shit they're trying to do, because it won't accomplish anything. Motorsports, it's probably 0.0001 of the carbon footprint caused by CO2 and carbon monoxide and whatnot. Alex Pack, I'm more of a trap house Taylor Ray kind of guy. I can't afford compounds. Dude, I would love to see Taylor Ray do more professional driving. He's good. He definitely has the right chops for competition for sure. Could low 97 SS could fit a lot of Aztecs in that compound, like LZs. A lot of Aztecs and Buick Riatas, 100%. Let's see anybody else on Facebook. Dank and Salty Drift memes. Easily solvable, dude. Probably when broke. I'm just laughing at salt and Dank and Salty Drift memes. All right, guys. Well, it's been almost 2 hours, but thanks for coming, hanging out. Every now and then we'll try to like keep you guys updated on what's going on with the Driftcast. Definitely, I can't promise you when we're gonna be back with episodes, but I can definitely promise you that we're working on it, and definitely trying to bring episodes at least every other week and keep you guys informed and entertained. Shits for Brains, you think the Freedom Factories in FD's future? Sure, I don't see why not. They have quite the facility, and maybe even if it's not around, it could be at least a stop, like a demo stop or something. Who knows? Sean V. Paco, are you aware that Cali is doing smog checks, basically recon checks for cars that have aftermarket ECUs? Yeah, I mean, and Cali is doing all of this because they are polluted as fuck. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I hate all these extreme levels of regulation that they're trying to do, but at the same time, I mean, they have way too much pollution, way too many cars, and unfortunately, a lot of people tends to abuse loopholes and laws, and that unfortunately affects us law-abiding citizens, right? So I don't like it, obviously, and again, they're trying to go to check for the tune and make sure your car is not tuned or whatever, or that the tune it's approved, so it's not just like dumping fuel and polluting. Like, I get it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I know where they're coming from, and I agree that. I mean, I would love to see Cali's, like have like less pollution. As like, who wouldn't? Like, I'm really all for electric cars. Leave more gasoline for us. But Beersto, good life, goodbye, enjoy grid life. You've got amazing music artists. Like, dude, tune in. Like, if you guys, if you're not gonna make it on or to Grid Life, make sure to tune into the live stream. There's gonna be, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the music is gonna be streaming. I know the drifting portion during the concert is gonna be streaming, so who knows? There might be some music that you're gonna be able to listen through the live stream. But definitely check out this weekend Formula Drift, Grid Life, Alpine Horizons, and Pikes Peak International Raceway from Colorado. Me and Jerry Anda will be doing the talking, and Corey's gonna be doing the driving, and Sam's gonna be doing the sleeping because he's gonna be probably sleeping in Europe. But anyways, thanks everybody for who joined us. Who joined me this time. Really appreciate this. Obviously, this episode is not gonna go through Patreon, but I want to obviously appreciate everybody who donated on the super chat. Like that was very nice. Really, that's what helps us keep making the show. And also appreciate our Patreons because thank you guys. We are able to afford having a show every now and then. And everybody else who's watching, I mean, obviously you are the reason we try to do the show. Obviously, thanks Linky CU who is being a supporter of the show. This is gonna go on the Corvette pretty soon, so I can't wait to fire up this baby. And thank you to Grid Life, another sponsor of the show. And with that being said, hope to see you guys pretty soon. And tune in. See you from Colorado, from Grid Life. Yes, have a good one.